looking to add some fun detail to your crochet projects while using a 1-row repeat crochet stitch? If that sounds like what you're looking for, why not try the extended Sedge Stitch and Crochet? It adds beautiful detail to your projects, and it is a 1-row repeat crochet stitch. If you're ready to learn, I'm Rachel from Hope Corner Farm, and by day I'm a home ec teacher who teaches hundreds of students how to crochet. And let's grab a hook and some yarn, and we'll get crocheting. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos, and don't forget to give me some feedback on this video. Give me a like or a comment, let me know what I did well or things that I could improve upon. For the extended sedge stitch, you're going to have to know how to complete a few different crochet stitches. Now I am going to show you how to do these stitches, but if I go too fast or you need a slower, more detailed tutorial for any of them, you could check out the description below where I've included links to videos for each of these stitches. So first off, you're going to have to know how to chain. You're going to have to know how to single crochet. You're going to have to know how to half double crochet, and you're going to have to know how to double crochet. For today's crochet tutorial, I'm going to use a size J 6.0 millimeter crochet hook as well as some size 4 medium weight yarn in this teal color. Use whatever works best for you. You may also need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle at the end of your project. Today's crochet tutorial is written using US crochet terms. For the extended sedge stitch, you need to start by chaining a multiple of 4 plus 2. So what that means is you chain your multiple of 4 first. So I am going to chain 16. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So again, you chain your multiple of 4 first. So my multiple of 4 is 16. After chaining your multiple of 4, you then add 2 extra chains. So there's 1 and 2. So now my stitch count or my chain count is up to 18. For row 1, we're going to start by working into the second chain from the crochet hook. I personally am going to work into the back bump of the chain because I like how it looks better, but you can work into the chain however works best for you. There is no right or wrong way for this stitch. Into that second chain from the crochet hook, we're going to single crochet. So without yarning over, we insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2 loops to complete a single crochet stitch. I'm also going to work a half double crochet in that chain. So I yarn over, insert my hook into the same chain, yarn over, pull through the chain. Now I have 3 loops on my crochet hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 3 loops to complete a half double crochet stitch. And then I'm also going to place 2 double crochets in that same stitch. So to double crochet, we yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through the stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We're going to do that one more time. So we are putting 2 double crochets in there. So we start off in the second chain from the crochet hook, we single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. Now we're going to work our repeat for our row, and our repeat for the row is worked across 4 chains. So we're working across 4 chains, and what we're going to do is we're going to skip 3 of them. So 1, 2, and 3 we're skipping over, and into the 4th chain we're going to place a single crochet, a half double crochet, and 2 double crochets, all in that 4th chain of the repeat. So again, we repeat. We skip 3 chains, and into the 4th we work a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. And we're going to keep repeating that across the row. So skip 3, into the 4th, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and repeat. Skip 3 chains into the 4th, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, and double crochet. And this repeat will take us until we have 4 stitches remaining for our row. When you have 4 chains remaining for your row, you're going to skip 3 of them. So 1, 2, and 3 we're skipping over, and into the very last stitch of our row, we're going to place a single crochet stitch. And that completes row 1. For row 2, we start by chaining 1 and then turning our work. Into this very first stitch here, we're going to work a single crochet, a half double crochet, and 2 double crochets, all into that very first stitch of our row. So that's what it looks like to start the row. Now we're going to get into the repeat for our row, and the repeat for our row is again worked across 4 stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip 3. So 1, 2, and 3 we're going to skip. Into the 4th, we're going to place a single crochet, a half double crochet, and 2 double crochets. And we're going to repeat. Skip, 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 and then we're going to single crochet, half double crochet, and 2 double crochets in the 4th one. And we repeat. Skip 3 stitches, and into the 4th we place a single crochet, a half double crochet, and 2 double crochets. When you have 4 stitches remaining for the row, so 1, 2, 3, and the 4th kind of folds down a little bit, we're going to skip 3. So 1, 2, and 3 we're going to skip into the very last stitch of our row. So right here is where we're going to insert our crochet hook. We're going to work a regular single crochet stitch. And that completes row 2. For the remainder of your project using the extended sedge stitch, you're going to simply keep repeating row 2. This is now a 1-row repeat crochet stitch. It really is that easy. As far as the finishing row goes, I don't do anything special to finish off the extended sedge stitch. I simply end after whatever repeat of row 2 I would like. I like how the top and the bottom look a little bit more alike when I do it that way. This stitch looks pretty similar on the right side and the wrong side. They both have texture that pops to each side. There might be a slight difference between them, but it's pretty hard to tell. So I consider this a stitch that looks pretty similar on both sides. So keep that in mind when choosing this for your projects. And that's how to crochet the extended sedge stitch. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos. And if you're looking for another variation of the sedge stitch, you could check out my spiked sedge stitch tutorial right here. And I hope you have a wonderful day.